With Kroger brand products from Baker's, you can make all your favorite things this holiday season. Because Kroger brand's proven quality products come at exceptionally low prices. And with a money-back quality guarantee, every dish is sure to be a favorite.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Whether you shop delivery, pickup, or in-store, Kroger brand has all your favorite things. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
Your favorite band's about to play a sold-out show, and you definitely got tickets. And drinks. Now hurry and make it back to your spot. Past this person and that person, about 20 more. Ooh, watch out for feet.
Hey!
Just keep going. A little further. Oh, there's your friend.
Over here!
Right where you want to be. Close enough to see the set list. And they're definitely playing your song. When you're with Amex, it's not if it's going to happen, but when. American Express. Don't live life without it.
Hey, it's Christine from Storyworthy. Today on the show, actress Smaranda Luna talks about trouble in Madrid.
Something happens. I see the most attractive boy I have ever seen in my entire life. And I've never had this happen to me. It was like more than lust at first sight. Like I just go mental. So I asked for this guy's phone number and I text him. And I get out and I see this fancy car, and next to it is a man who I've never seen before. So it's the wrong guy.
Today on the show, actress Smaranda Luna talks about spending the summer in Madrid and then asking a guy out, only to find out it's the wrong guy. Stay close.
Hi, this is Smaranda Luna, and you are listening to Storyworthy.
Welcome to Storyworthy. My name is Christine Blackburn, and I'm coming to you from Los Angeles, California. Whether you're a longtime fan of the show or a new listener, welcome to Storyworthy. By the way, Smaranda, if they have not listened to the show before, they have a lot of catching up to do.
Got it.
But, fair enough.
Listen to it.
That's right. And Thanksgiving's coming up and Christmas. People are traveling. It's a perfect time to stock up on your podcasts, which, as you know, are free, of course. Hey, listen, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the show last week with author Joel Stein talking about his new book, In Defense of Elitism, Why I'm Better Than You and You're Better Than the Person Who Didn't Buy This Book. I don't know if you heard Joel, Smaranda, but Joel is super smart and super funny, and he just tells such a great story. And I guess that's because he's been a writer for over, 30 years. He wrote for Time Magazine for 20 of those years. And this is the second time he was on Storyworthy, and it's super, super fun. So go back, you guys. Listen to Joel Stein last week. But not today, because today I am here with Smaranda Luna, and you're hearing her voice. You've heard her. You heard her. There she is.
Hello.
There she is. She is an actress and a writer. And here's something I found out. You're a Fulbright scholar. Uh-huh. That's so random.
Is it?
Thank you. On Storyworthy, yes. You're my first Fulbright scholar.
Yeah, I got a scholarship to study in the States, and it was a Fulbright scholarship. Yeah, I'm really proud of it.
Yeah,
I was really
kidding.
good at school.
No kidding. And you went to the University of Texas in Austin?
Yes, I went to high school and drama school in Romania, and then I went to UT for grad school for acting.
Well, I am super excited to hear your story today. Smaranda brings forth the topic, Trouble in Madrid. Trouble in Madrid. And I've never been to Madrid. I was in Barcelona.
Did you like it?
It was very hot because it was July, and it was the heat was truly unbearable. A couple of things I remember about Madrid was that beautiful cathedral. What's it called?
Sagrada Familia.
And people, you have to lay down on the ground to get a photo of it.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do you have to lay down on the ground?
It's so tall and beautiful.
I just remember everybody lying on the ground taking pictures of it. So I did too, of course, because I was 23 years old. And anyway, and then I remember about Barcelona was that there were alcoholic beverages in Burger King.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Europe.
Yeah, Europe. But other than that, Barcelona, yeah, I'm sure it was beautiful. But like I said, it was summer, so I think that like all the locals split, for the coast.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't as much going on. And again, I was so young. Anyway, I'm excited to hear about trouble in Madrid because I have a feeling, Smaranda, that you get in trouble.
I wish I got more in trouble lately.
You seem like that kind of girl. And here's how I met you. I met you about a year ago doing a stand-up show. I think it was a storytelling show.
Yeah.
And you booked me for one of your shows.
Yes.
And I remember going into the show, and it was that place down on Hyperion where you open the door and you're on the stage.
Yeah, the Moving Arts.
The Moving Arts Theater.
Yeah.
So first you're on the street, and when you open the door...
And then it's on. Yeah.
So if you come in like 2 minutes late, you're part of the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was super fun. And I remember that show. There was such an eclectic group of people there. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, I like this girl because I like her friends.
Thank you.
And I didn't even know you yet.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I do have friends that are so interesting and from all walks of life.
Yeah.
And different kinds of performers.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And then I had you on my game show Story Smash. Mm-hmm. And you killed.
But I didn't win.
I know, but can I tell you, about 3 or 4 people came up afterward and told me you should have won.
Glory. After glory. Thank you.
You did so well. The first time you spun the wheel, you landed on Mom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you go off and you tell this story that has nothing to do with Mom. Can you just recap that?
It was just my first day of high school, and I was intimidated. I went to a fancy high school, and I came from not so fancy neighborhood in Bucharest, Romania. And I made friends with this beautiful girl, and I said to myself, "Oh my God, I can do high school." And then the day ended, and we were waiting outside, and I saw the ugliest woman that I have ever seen. And for some reason, because I never do this, I turned to my friend and I said, "Oh my God, that's the ugliest woman that I have ever seen." And my new friend says, "That's my mom." I feel like that was a lesson. Never comment on people's appearance.
You told that story at the improv and people lost it. You brought down the house. I thought you won right on that 1 minute story alone.
Thank you.
And then the 2 minute story, what did you tell that one?
Oh my God, I don't remember. It was about writing them. Oh no, it was, I did a play, Dostoevsky adaptation of The Idiot, and I died on stage, and I heard from the audience, "Oh, thank God, finally." And then I started laughing, and I couldn't stop myself, and I almost got kicked out of school.
And then they selected you to go on to the 3 minute round.
Yes.
And you killed again.
Yes.
What was that one? I can't remember.
That one, I think, it was how I never drink, but I do it on my birthday, and I rode the mechanical bull 3 times. And my boyfriend at the time, now my husband, got into weird competition with me, and he rode the mechanical bull without love or passion 3 times.
Without love or passion.
I'm just doing this.
So funny, and that was a great story as well. You guys can actually go back listen to Story Smash from a couple of weeks ago. Smaranda Luna is on it, as well as a lot of other fine people. Did you have fun doing the show?
I did have fun. At the beginning, I was intimidated because the judges, I don't know. I guess you see shows with judges and you're like, I think I was just expecting them to be nice, and they were really nice. But for some reason, I was like, what is this?
It made me laugh so hard.
It's like, I don't have the confidence to pull this trip, but I did.
I called you on stage. The first thing you said was, I thought I was getting involved in a nice show.
A gentle show.
Well, the idea is that it's a comedy show.
But I was just expecting everybody to tell me I'm being a good boy after each.
A good girl.
Yes. Or you know how they say to dogs. Yeah. It wasn't that. But
Anyway, you were really funny, you guys. And you can go back and listen to Smaranda. You are such a talent and you're super funny. I'm really glad you're here. But before we get to Smaranda's story, I did want to remind you guys to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Would you do that? At Storyworthy? And also check out storyworthypodcast.com, blah, blah, blah. There's a mailing list. Yes, we know. And then Story Smash, it has its own website. Of course it does. And I built it. And it's super fun. And it's called StorySmashShow.com. So check that out as well. Thank you very much. All right, you guys, she's here right now. Smaranda Luna. She's an actress and a stand-up and a writer, like I already said. She's from Romania, which we already said. By the way, my sister, we had a foreign exchange student when I was a kid.
No way.
And the person was from Romania.
Was he, she?
She was a girl.
From Bucharest?
Yeah, and her name was Nikki something or other. Nikki, I forget, but I got to tell you, first of all, I come from one of 6 children and my parents. So there's 8 of us living in less than 1,000 square feet.
In Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh, in the suburbs, or the really very rural. And then we get another person to come over from Romania.
Yeah, but I bet she was like, this
and
is
live with us.
awesome.
I know, but it was like, what are we doing? We can't even fit the 8 of us, and we get somebody else.
What was the thinking on that? Just parents wanted to...
I don't know. When I think back, it's pretty cool, you know, because
Yeah.
I think all of us sort of wanted to be foreign exchange students, but it cost money. You know, you couldn't just go. There was money attached to it, so we were unable to. So maybe my parents, you know, said, "Well, if you can't go there, we'll bring somebody over." I don't know.
Interesting.
By the way, my sister, she always had au pairs, you know, like foreign au pairs.
Yeah.
Like there must have been like 20 of them. And we always called them by their country. So it was like Katie, Finland. Or
Oh, I bet they love that.
Chiara, Italy. Because there were just too many.
Yeah.
And my brother hooked up with almost each and every one of them
There you
at
go.
some point during their
He's
year
like,
stay.
the season for a new au pair is here.
Yeah, as soon as Scotty walked in the door, it was like, here we go. And they're always like 19 and he's 30, and it was just, anyway, good
Oh,
times.
boy. Yes,
Good
yes, yes.
times. All right, you guys, Miranda's credits include Closer to the Moon, Harley and the Davidsons, the Size-Guide Festival, Size-Guide, how do you say that?
Ziget?
Oh, Zig. Oh, Jesus.
Ziget Festival.
The Ziget Festival, where is that?
It's in Budapest in Hungary.
Okay, well, see, you got to give me some wiggle
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
I've been to Europe, but I haven't been that far into Europe. You're also in the Out of Bounds Comedy Festival. That I would know. Mm-hmm.
Have you been?
No, where is it?
In Austin, Texas.
I would have guessed it.
I'm
swear.
intimate with that festival.
Hey, I know this one, the Los Angeles Diversity in Comedy Festival. And you've also done lots of different theatrical productions. And here's something very impressive. You were selected as one of Tribeca Film Festival's 2017 Digital Creators to Watch. And that's very exciting because
Yes.
you have created a lot of content, including this super funny show, Patty and Marina. And it's basically, you're Marina, and your friend is Patty. So it's 2 women. It's shot beautifully.
Thank you.
By the way, it's
Thank
so
you.
clean. The cinematography, the music, the production value is all there. And they're only about 4 minutes long.
Yes.
Which I like.
Yes, and you can find them at pattymarina.com.
PattyandMarina.com, and they're all on YouTube as well.
Yes.
And you had my friend Jude Shelton in one of them.
Yes, she was the best part.
She's
yes.
really good.
I started doing stand-up by taking a class with Jude.
Oh, that is so great. Yeah, she's a great teacher.
Yes, she is.
I haven't taken stand-up from her, but I know her work. She's been on this show 3 or 4 times.
Oh, yeah, 'cause she told me. Yes.
She won Story Smash, I think 3 months in a row.
Yeah.
She
She's
kept
legit.
winning. She was
Yeah.
so funny. Oh, my. Anyway, so yeah, you worked there. So yes, and then you also do the Key Variety Show, and that's the show.
The
I
low-key
think I did.
variety show. Yeah,
the
yeah,
low-key variety show.
Yeah, it's usually on the east side. We started at Moving Arts, and then we moved it to the Lyric Hyperion, and yeah, we're gonna have another one before the holidays, but I don't know exactly when.
I like that you hang out in my neighborhood here in Los Feliz.
Yeah, I used to live in Hollywood, but now I live in on the east side in Cypress Park.
I noticed in one of Patty and Marina's, she got all your partner Patty got all excited because she got printed in the Los Feliz ledger.
Yes.
That was very funny.
Oh my God, I so appreciate when we came up with that. We laughed for a day.
Yeah, it is.
And
really
we were
funny.
telling people, and they were like, "Why is it funny?" I was like, "You don't understand."
Yes. It's such a small community in
yeah.
this big city.
Yeah.
Los Feliz is interesting. Anyway, you guys, you can find Smaranda over on smarandaluna.com and also on Twitter at Smaranda_Luna. And wherever you are, you guys, go ahead and put your hands together for Smaranda Luna.
Yay!
Yay!
So I grew up in Bucharest, Romania, and at 21, I had one more year of drama conservatory in Romania, and I knew I wanted to fly to New York and audition for graduate school because I heard that you can get into some graduate school and you can get a scholarship, a full ride, because I didn't have money to study in the States, and that was my dream, to be an actor and to get out of Romania. And I was like, what am I going to do with my summer to make money? And my friend said she has a friend who is going to Madrid, Spain to work as a lifeguard for the summer. And you're going to get like 3,000 euros, which at the time I was like, hell yeah. So I go to become a lifeguard. I am really good at swimming, but I've never done any lifeguarding things. And I go to this place and it's me and like 200 men from some weird villages in Romania, and I should have been like, this is not the road. But I said yes, so I fly to Madrid, and they put you. You've never been to Madrid? There's all these communities, and because it's so hot there all the time, they have a pool in the center, like a garden. So that's kind of like the life of the community, apartment of buildings. So they assigned me this pool. And it's punishing. I don't know any Spanish. I'm working from 9 in the morning until 8 p.m. with 45 minutes break in the sun, carrying this huge amount of like chlorine, like sacks of stuff. And it is a hard labor job.
You're not just like sitting in a lifeguard chair.
No, and you couldn't have an umbrella. So you're in the sun for months and months. And the kids, because they're used to live with a pool, they do all these flips and tricks, and they're not supposed to. And then they scare the bejesus out of us by saying that. So we had like a weird legal status, and they say that if something happens, people can sue you, and they sue, immigrants if something happens, if their kid gets, drowned or something like that. But they're just like wild. And Romanian is a Romance language, so you kind of understand what it is about, but you don't. So then it was like a crash course in Spanish, which is what I wanted. But I ended up having like 1 day free a month. I was calling my parents at home, and they were like, how is it? I'm like, it is rough making your dreams come true. Meanwhile, I could have just stayed at home and do theater over the summer and just not work or do whatever. I don't know. So 2 months in, I am...
How many people were at the pool, by the way? Like, how many people are we looking at in the city square?
I think it's not a city square, it's like their neighborhood. I think there were like 50 to 80 people.
Okay.
Every day.
How many lifeguards at a time?
Just one, me.
Just you?
Yeah.
So you had to do all the pool maintenance.
Yes.
Like putting
like
the chlorine
cleaning in the morning and at night. Yeah.
And
it
make
was
sure
tough.
everybody is okay.
Yeah, and what I didn't realize, I mean, I knew, but it just seemed like such a big chunk of money. It's like they pay you nothing. But you were like, euros. Yes. So after 2 months, it's hard. It's really hard to be in the sun. And it's like, I don't know if I can do this, but we have 1 day free. And then we realize that something is up and they haven't paid us. So we go to the offices of this Spanish firm. So they look down on Romanians that come there to work. This is what it was, the political time. Although before the European Union, Spanish people used to go in Germany or in France, and they did the same kind of job. So it's like it's a weird thing. So I go to this firm, and we demand our pay again, me and some like obscure men from all over Romania who have like 4 grades, and I'm like in university, and I could have done anything else with my life, but I'm doing this.
What do you mean he has 4 grades?
Like they are not educated, or
I see.
So it's like,
so he's maybe like at the 4th grade education or
yes.
something.
So this is the work you could get if you were uneducated and you wanted to make some money. You would go to Spain and work like hard labor jobs, which it sounded like easy, but it wasn't. It was just hard. And then I go to this firm, and then something happens. I see the most attractive boy I have ever seen in my entire life. This is pre-husband. I've never had this happen to me. It was like more than lust at first sight. Like I just go mental. This is like a Spanish guy, and I'm so, I don't know, I just felt, oh my gosh, something is gonna happen. Like my life is about to change.
Was he working there?
Yes, he was working there, but he didn't look at me. Also, I was wearing like the lifeguard outfit, which is like a trucker t-shirt and some shorts. And but something is happening to me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It was just crazy how I felt about this person. And I couldn't do anything because I just didn't know what was happening. And I get in a bus, and I just felt like, oh my God, I fell in love. Like, this is it. This is it. I'm 21. And my friend says to me, well, what are you going to do? And I didn't even realize I could do something, because also it's like, he didn't know any English, I guess. I was just speaking in Spanish or whatever. So I was like, oh no, you know what? I'm going to do something with my life. So I asked for this guy's phone number, and I text him.
Oh my God.
And I say, hey, this is me, Isma, Romanian girl. I saw you today at the office. Is there any way you would want to have coffee together? And he says, yes. So we set up a date. And by now, for the next day at night, and he's going to pick me up. This is a complete stranger, right? He's going to pick me up from the apartment where I was living, which was in the pool complex. And I am so nervous, I vomit. Has that ever happened to you?
Wow. Yeah, it has actually.
When? Is it a performance or?
No, it was before I went to interview for a job to be a flight attendant. And I got really sick, right? Right before I walked into the interview, I just got overwhelmed. You know, I think you do that. It's a panic attack with nausea.
But it was exciting, which was so. It was
I haven't had the exciting one.
It was such a mindfuck. And then also, I can't contain myself. I'm so excited about this date. I'm telling everybody, all these like Spanish families at my pool. Like, I make a big deal. This is like life changing. And I wax, and I'm like putting the sexiest outfit. I'm like, this is on. This is happening. I vomit real quick. But while I was vomiting, I was like, no, this is for a good cause. And I was just like shaking. I got out of the apartment complex. It was 9 p.m. or something crazy. And I get in front of my apartment complex, and I'm just like, my heart is pounding. And I'm like, I don't know. It just felt amazing, but also, what? And I get out, and I see this fancy car. And next to it is a man who I've never seen before. So it's the wrong guy. This guy is bald. So the other guy his name was Guillermo Guille. And this guy says, hi, my name is Ivan. I'm so happy you texted me. And I don't know. So this is, also it's like a foreign country. Like, I don't know. And I'm just so, something is happening to me that I get into this person's car. And I don't know, like, talking about embarrassing, but I also just don't know why I got into this person's car. So we go to get a coffee or something to drink. And this guy is bald. Did I mention this? And I was like in this guy's car going somewhere. And I was like, what am I gonna do? So I said, hey, I think there's been a misunderstanding. I think the person I wanted had hair. Oh, no. And he's like, oh, okay, that's my best friend, Guille. And I was like, yes, I'm so sorry, this is so awkward, but I wanted to meet up with Gia, whatever. And then we go to have a drink, and this guy starts getting upset.
Wait, why did the date continue? Now you are on a date.
Well, because I got in a car.
Okay, so after the coffee.
No. The coffee was picks me up, a complete stranger, not the person who.
Right.
And I think I just kind of was so excited that I didn't react well. So I got into a stranger's car.
Right, but then you say there's a misunderstanding, and he says, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
But then from there, you still go get a
Yes,
drink.
because he didn't seem like he wanted to turn the car around. And by now we're talking in my newly acquired Spanish. So I don't know. And then I started getting scared. But not scared. I don't know. I was just like, what am I going to do? And I was scared, but also my desire was to get this guy Guillermo's phone number still. So we go get a drink, and this guy gets upset. Because obviously it's like, you don't want to, go on a date and you realize, and then also this guy was bald, and his friend was like super handsome. So he finally drives me back to the apartment, and by now I'm so upset I feel like crying, and because I'm like, it's so embarrassing, I don't know what to do with this guy, and he's trying to kiss me. I was like, no way, this is not happening. I get out of the car, and he says something insulting, and the last thing I say is like, is there any way you can text me your friend's number? So anyway, I get into my apartment, and
Did he say he would? Did he?
No.
Okay.
No, because he was upset. I don't know. He started insulting me. It was like a really weird time. And I get in my apartment, and I start crying, and I was just so crushed.
Yeah, because you had all this built up.
Yes. And also I'm just like, why am I guess I'm all for adventure all the time, but I just don't realize why I got, like, it was a dangerous situation I got myself into, and I didn't know why. So now, the next morning, the whole community comes to me and talks to me about how was my date. And I tell them, and people can't get it together. And by now, I don't know what to do with the horniness of, like, this is, I'm like, what is happening? So I give that up, and I just start working again at the pool. And I'm like, oh, I'm never doing this again. And then I pick up my phone, and guess what? I have a text from an unknown number. And it says, hey, this is Guillermo. I heard you met my friend, I don't remember what that guy's was.
Ivan.
Friend's name. Ivan, yeah. And do you still want to go on a date? And now I'm getting scared, because I'm like, I just don't know what that guy said about me. I don't know. It just seemed crazy. So I say, yes, of course. So the week after, I do the same spiel. Like, I get dressed, I get excited. I don't vomit this time, but I'm still like, this is amazing. People are telling me, don't go. Nobody offered to stay with me while this guy comes to pick me up again in a foreign country. So I get out of my apartment complex, and I see this guy, and this is the guy, and he is so, so handsome. And I'm like, by now I'm chill, because it just was like too weird I don't know, it's just weird. So I get into his car, and then we go have a drink, and it's amazing. It's like a dream. I have so much fun. He's a handsome Spanish guy. I'm on vacation, and we have an amazing night. And I don't know, it was good. It's just when one of those one night stands, this is gonna be good. I mean, in my mind, we were like one night stand every night until I was going home the week later. So he drives me home, and I'm so proud of myself, and it was amazing. I have the time of my life. And then I'm too tired to carry the sacks of chlorine down, so I postponed that. And at the pool, they were having a camp for little kids, like 6 months to 1 month to 1 year to 2 years. They were teaching them how to swim. So I'm in this, like, the bliss. You feel like you're in the lead of a Reese Witherspoon movie. And I go down to put the chlorine later than I used to, and I get out, and there's full of parents, and this swimming camp is going on, and they have an instructor, and it's me. And I noticed there's a little small baby, maybe 6 to 8 months, and his head is in the water because one of his things got off the wings.
His floaties.
His floaties. But I'm in a state of mind that it doesn't feel like it's reality. So I start looking around and I see people like his parents were looking at him. The instruction was there, but nobody seemed to realize he's in the water. So I throw the sacks of chlorine away and I get in the water. I jump in and I take this baby out of the water and I do CPR and I save this fucking baby.
Oh my God.
So that's my story with trouble in Madrid. Like, I saved in a state of bliss.
Wait a minute. Break it down. Tell us more.
The ER, how do you say the ER? The
Paramedics.
Paramedic comes in and they were like, oh, you know, they have to, for small kids, they have to monitor them, see if they got water in their lungs.
But wait a minute, back up. So you get the kid out of the pool. Does everybody start like forming a circle around you?
Yes,
Did you make a scene?
I started doing CPR immediately because also I didn't know if I was doing it right, but I just, one of those moments when you look around and you're like, surely somebody will take action. And then I realized, oh, I am the person who needs to take action. But it was just a happy coincidence. I was there at the time because usually I would have been down doing the chlorine stuff. And
so you were giving like chest compressions and water was coming out, or what?
Yeah, just a little bit. And then he started coughing, so he was good. And then the guy who should be in charge of him, which was the swim instructor for the camp, pushes me away to take over. Mm-hmm. But it was his fault. But I don't know how to, like, as an immigrant working the lifeguard, you have the lower status.
Yeah.
So just people kind of like push me away, and then their parents came and all that. And I was just so relieved. It wasn't on my watch. And I also was so relieved that I don't know, it was just such a weird, I was in a daze. And this was happening. It was the craziest night. And then they took the baby to the hospital and everything is fine. And they monitor the baby. And then the family comes to me a few days later. And I remember to this day, they gave me 200 euros for saving their kid's life. And I spent it on getting flower bomb, that perfume.
Wait a minute. They come, they give you 200 euros. That's so fabulous.
Yes.
And you bought it. What did you buy?
You know those flower bomb perfumes from Victor and Rolf? This was 13 years ago.
How many did you get for 200 euros?
I got for all my friends. I think I got 5 or 6 of them.
That is so kind, and you gave them away to your friends.
Yes,
that's a
but
great
also
thing.
The opposite of my goal of saving money for grad school. So I come back from that time in Madrid, and I'm like, what has happened to me?
Yeah. Did you ever see Guillermo again?
No.
Really? So it was only one night.
It was another night right before I left, and then it was amazing again, but it wasn't as fun as the first time.
Was he your age?
Yeah, I think he was 1 or 2 years older, and definitely he had a Spanish girlfriend. I think.
Oh, he had another girlfriend. You think?
I think so.
He was
yeah.
just out for the night.
But I was out for the night too.
Yeah, no, of course.
So I just was like, it was a weird. I look back at a time in my life how. Yeah, it was just a crazy.
And it was just one summer as a lifeguard?
Yeah, I will never do it again.
Yeah, it sounds so funny to be in Romania and go to Madrid to lifeguard.
But also I learned Spanish and I had adventures.
Was there housing for you?
Yes, it was. But I had to pay for it. So I think I came back with 1,000 euros, which
that's great.
It's what I used to pay for my plane ticket. So I got all...
Oh.
I got all my goals in one, and I think it was just, I don't know, it was an interesting experiment in putting yourself in a place where you don't belong and you shouldn't be. But
it's a great thing to do, I think, especially when you're 21,
yeah,
22.
And I had nothing to lose, and I made friends from Berlin, and then I remember asking my dad if he thinks it's a good idea, and he looked at me and he said, "Why not?"
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And so was that like your first taste of getting out of your country and getting more worldly?
No, I went between 20 and 21. I was on my Fulbright. I went to University of Arkansas. in Fayetteville, and that was the first time I was by myself, and I was working, and was, I had my own money, and that was the first time.
So, but you applied for the Fulbright in
Romania.
But the school, it's a very prestigious scholarship that they give out, and a lot of people that have Fulbright scholarships go on to win Pulitzers and even the Nobel Prize.
No pressure.
No kidding. I'm just saying, it's pretty impressive. But what was yours for teaching?
No, it was given to undergrad students from former countries of the Soviet bloc, and you could study. I got it for the arts, but they were from the Czech Republic or from Slovenia, or they each got students from each country, and some people studied science, some people went. You could, whatever your major was, it was amazing.
Yeah. Did you feel confident when you sent in your application? Because they don't select that many people. I think it's like 10,000 a year, if that.
No, I wasn't confident. I was one of those proof that magic exists. And to this day, sometimes I feel like in LA, when things are rough career-wise, I feel like, I'm running out of magic, like no more amazing miracles will happen. And then I look back and I'm like, but that happened, so it could happen again. That was a lesson in just trying.
Yeah, I could see that being. So did it come in a letter, your acceptance?
Actually, I was with my mom in a grocery store, and this lady who was really nice, who was running the Fulbright party in Romania, called us before Easter and let us know. And I was super, super excited. And I just remember my mom crying of happiness. And I think that's when I realized that it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Because she seemed,
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And so do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have an older brother, Luca. He's 2 years older.
Is he in Romania?
He's in Romania.
And your folks are still there? Have they come to Los Angeles?
Oh, yeah.
And do they love it here?
They do. Let me think.
What do they think?
Say.
They like. I know they're gonna like the weather and they're gonna like the food.
Yeah, they've traveled a lot, and they've traveled a lot in the States. But they like. It is amazing. The weather, the food. I don't know. Romanians like to cook a lot. They just love being with me and Gabe, my husband, and it's like a vacation for them.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. And there's so much to do here.
Yes, there's so much to do. So we went to Yellowstone. We've done a bunch of beach days.
Your husband is Gabriel Luna.
Yes.
You called him gay?
Gabe.
Oh, I thought you said gay. I was thinking,
he's a joyful person, so he is. Yes.
Oh, I was so happy.
I call him Gabi sometimes, because Gabi is
sweet.
like how he would sound in Romanian.
Oh, that's sweet. How did you meet him?
I did a play in Austin, and he was an actor in it, and he's from Austin, Texas.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, and when I met Gabe, it was more than how the Spanish boy. It was like... I was like, oh God, no, my life is about to change. I was obsessed. I'm still obsessed, but yeah.
That's so sweet.
Has that ever happened to you?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
There's still time.
Yeah. But listen, you've been traveling with your husband because he was in the new Terminator movie.
Yeah.
And I was just in New York last week and, going through the airport and you're on like the moving walkway and the whole flipping wall is
what?
the Terminator.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? And your husband's face is like enormous.
That's beautiful.
So you see Arnold Schwarzenegger, you see Linda Hamilton, and then you see your husband. And I was with my boyfriend Tom and he was like, that's Smaranda's husband. And I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, I knew what he looked like, but I don't know, I just didn't think his picture was going to be that big beside Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Gabe is like the dopest of them all.
Super fun, and I saw you guys on the red carpet in Tokyo.
He came to your story.
I know. He brought his family. Yeah, it was lovely.
He's just the biggest fan of live shows.
I love that.
Well, he's one of those people that always laughs and is supportive no matter what. It's amazing.
That's just like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I saw you guys on an Instagram post in the at the premiere in Tokyo.
Yes.
And he had on the sharpest red suit.
Oh my God. Yeah, he does. He's one of those people that looks good in
Anything,
a
right?
trash bag. But he had a Hugo Boss, I think, suit. Yeah, he
and
looks
then
amazing.
It's tailored like perfectly. Isn't there something about a tailored suit?
Yes.
That alone, forget the talent. He wears a nice suit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I like this.
No kidding, man. What a package. Listen, I am so happy you came on Storyworthy today.
Thank you.
Because you're super funny and you ended up telling really 4 stories because you didn't use Story Smash stories. And the Romanian in Madrid story was out of control. Super funny. I'm so glad you saved that kid's
saved a
life.
life.
You did save a life. So you got that going for you. You should put that in your special skills.
I know.
Lifeguard.
I forget sometimes.
And lifesaver. Just say lifesaver.
Lifesaver of small babies.
Maybe hero. Maybe just write hero.
Maybe hero. Yeah.
All right, you guys, I got to wrap it up. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Find Smaranda over there on Twitter at Smaranda Luna, and also find me over there as well at Storyworthy. And I want to thank the sponsors on the show today. And listen, you guys, if you didn't hear a sponsor today, you heard one last week, or you're going to hear one next week, and you know that when you support my sponsors, you are supporting me. Hooray! Don't forget to check out my Patreon page as well. It's patreon.com/storyworthy, and I will give you free storytelling lessons. How about that? I don't need to give you storytelling lessons, Smaranda Luna. You are so darn funny. Anyway, I hope we work together again.
Yes, thank you for having
I
me.
think we will. All right, you guys, on behalf one more time of the very talented Smaranda Luna, my name is Christine Blackburn saying, make it a story-worthy week.
I'll take you down to the river. Follow me. I'll keep you silent.
Thanks for joining us on the Storyworthy podcast. We'll be back next week with all new stories. Subscribe to Storyworthy on iTunes and visit the Storyworthy website at storyworthypodcast.com.
I'll keep you satisfied.
Your plans? Today it's dinner with the parents at your spot.
We gotta come back here.
Now, their spot. Or you're on the edge of your seat at the game.
Come on, just one time.
And it's the one. Or maybe you're catching the next flight to...
Now boarding flight 1850.
Oh, that's you. The choice is yours. And when you're with Amex, it's not if it's going to happen, but when. American Express. Don't live life without it.
Dad is the smartest guy you know, so give him a gift that's just as smart. Like a battery-powered smart doorbell from Google Nest that lets him see what's happening at his door and answer it from anywhere. The Google Nest doorbell is now on special buy for only $129.99 and works on any home. Find the best and smartest gifts for Dad. Feels like Father's Day at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Offer valid through June 19, 2022 at participating U.S. stores and online. Limit 5 per customer.
With Kroger brand products from Bakers, you can make all your favorite things this holiday season. Because Kroger brand's proven quality products come at exceptionally low prices. And with a money-back quality guarantee, every dish is sure to be a favorite.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Whether you shop delivery, pickup, or in-store, Kroger brand has all your favorite things. Bakers, fresh for everyone.